Welcome back, family. Welcome to the Reiki Healing Hope Community, a place to heal, relax, be yourself, and be surrounded by those who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica, a Reiki Master Teacher and Intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. I found it. We have this really pretty tiger's eye pendulum, so we're going to do another pendulum session today. So I hope you enjoy, and hopefully it can be a little crunchy too. I don't know if it's particularly loud, but I know you all really enjoyed the rose quartz, so I'm going to hop in here and do this one as well. So if you're new to the community, welcome. If you really enjoy mystical conversations, you're a practitioner, you want to learn more, you just want to be in a nice community, head on over to Patreon. Again, you get the full month for $3.33, and you know, financial accessibility is important to me, so feel free to come and explore. We have lessons, we have all kinds of aspects of mysticism that we're talking about. And also, if you're interested, head on over to the gratitude community where you can leave some gratitude and read some gratitude. But let's get started. So, Tiger's Eye is really, really great for courage. It's really, really great for the solar plexus, confidence. And it's so amazing. I don't know if you all remember, this is the OG community members, when I had the tiger's eye nails. Y'all remember that? Well, it is such a fascinating stone because when we think about the solar plexus, we might think of something that is a vibrant, yellow, or this kind of like the sun just opening and abundant. And this one is more about just having a keen eye for what is real and what is not real in the imagination. How many thoughts do we have that uplift us or challenge us, but not in a productive way, more of like I don't want to try to grow, so I'm just going to think of the worst scenario as possible. And it's more about opening up the heart to say, hey, it's okay if I take a couple days off and come back and be like, you know what, I think it's okay to grow. So let's get into the session. So we're just going to start by slowly just following the pendulum. Just going as slow as possible. Opening the heart up to newfound confidence, newfound patience, newfound peace. I think that peace is something that doesn't require you to be happy 24/7. You have this fabricated state of joy constantly. It's just you allow yourself to be. You take the pressure off needing to be perfect and just are excited by the life that you have to live. It's one of the best adventures we all could have. So just follow left and right and left and right. more than enough. There's a time. You're enough for you. You're enough. There's a space. You're enough. There's a time. You trust you're more than you are for you. You're more than enough. There's you're more than enough. You're enough time. You're enough for you. You're enough. There's a space. You're more than enough. There's a time. You're more than enough. Go to the pendulum. Just give you a closer view of the pendulum. Just allowing this. Go on your chakra. Your yourself and hold the space for yourself, okay? Breathe a couple more breaths here. Final breath. Now, we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is a prayer to root us in an individual healing experience and bring us together as a community. And I wore it today because consent matters. Do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, babies. Okay. Just relax. Breathe in and out, okay? I'm right here. I'm right here. Just breathe. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. Good job. Relax into this moment. Okay. And now let's start to work on the energy exchange. Now, before we jump into things, let's explain it. Why? Because it's never smart to do something if you don't know what you're doing. Especially when it comes to this kind of energetic work. You always want to be mindful because it is not external. It is internal. It is all about using that sense and strengthening that energy, or that muscle of interpreting the energy that is going and flowing back and forth. So, when you are exchanging energy, you do it every day. You do it with people you work with, you do it with family, you do it with love, you do it with yourself. Like when you look at yourself in the mirror and you have a conversation, or you just have a look at yourself, that is energy you're sending back and you're receiving. That's why mirror work is so important if you want to raise your self-confidence, or you just want to work through something on your own. Now, with this energy exchange, you have to be very mindful because a lot of times we exchange energy with the wrong energy. Let me run that back. We exchange energy with the wrong energy. When things are pulling and wanting our energy, it feels almost like being needed, being desired, being wanted on an energetic level. But once you pour out, the only thing you can do is ask for the energy back. And that's not how that works. They're not going to give you, or the situation is not going to give you the energy back. It's just not going to. Because that's not how it is. It came from a state of lack. You felt important because you had something valuable. And once you no longer have what's valuable, which is your energy, then you want it back. You think it's a reciprocity thing. It's not like that at all. Case in point, when you're around people who drain you. You ever been around someone that didn't even say anything and they just drain you? Or people who energize you. And energize doesn't necessarily mean that you are pulling from them. It's just you're sitting in their calmness and they're not pulling from you in an energetic sense. It's just balanced to the point where it's like you can continue to overflow or fill up within yourself, and you're also not requiring them to give you energy too, if that makes sense. Okay. So, just going from the heart chakra here, balancing this. Start to just see in front of you this mirror. And I want you to see yourself. We're going to work with yourself first. What you look like, how you like to dress, how you like to style your shit up. It's you. You know it's you. Now start to freely give energy back and forth to yourself. We don't really have to put any limits on this because it's ourselves, okay? And oftentimes people put so much limits on themselves that they freely give their energy back and forth to random people, but have a hard time doing it for themselves. So this is really where you want to be the most open with yourself, okay? So in this moment, giving unconditional love, and you can say things, I love you so much, I love you so much, seeing yourself, I love you so much, I trust you, you know, I have faith in you, I know things will work out, or, you know, whatever it is that is coming up for you in your life in the moment. And just say, you know, I'm here with you. You are chakra, and just the energy bouncing back and forth, because what you pour into yourself will always come back to you because it's you. So let's breathe in and out here. 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 Breathe in and out. And just continue to say whatever it is you need to say to yourself in this moment. Continue to do whatever it is you need to do in this moment to get yourself in this overflowing state as you are exchanging this energy back and forth with yourself, okay? Good job. Good job. Good job. Now, you're doing a fantastic job. Now let's get into this energy exchange with those that are around you and important to you. I want you to choose one person. Please choose one person who energizes you. Don't choose one person that is a helpless case that you've been pouring yourself into, because it's going to defeat the purpose. Choose someone that energizes you. They don't even have to be so close to you, but just someone in your life that you're like, yes. And everyone has at least one person. They do. And if you really feel like you don't have anyone that energizes you, do yourself again, okay? So this time, seeing this one person. Now, if you got a couple people, you can throw them all in there. Seeing that one or some group of people in that energy field that energizes you, that has a sense of balance and peace in their own energy, so that when you all are around each other, you can self-regenerate with your own energy, and you feel comfortable that you don't have to overexert certain boundaries because they already respect your boundaries. So you can just place, if you want to, you can place your hands up or something that is a sense of opening. So opening up the heart, the throat, the solar plexus, the sacral, just a sense of, shoulders can roll back as well too. So just a sense of opening here, just flowing with their energy. Now see this just cycle of energy flowing back and forth between you and yourself. And the closer that you get to this person, the stronger it becomes for yourself. So you have this energy flow within yourself, in and out, in and out, in and out. But then you have these different layers, like your subtle bodies, your aura, that just expands when it mixes with their energy. So you're not pulling your energy from them, but you are inspired to continue to self-rejuvenate when you're in their company, and they feel the same way about you. So stay in that moment with them. Stay in that sense of balance with them. Stay in that sense of peace with them. Now start to invite more people in with the same energy only. Bringing that in, bringing that in, bringing that in. Bringing that in, bringing that in, bringing that in. Bringing that in, bringing that in, bringing that in. Bringing that in, bringing that in. Okay. Now get to the point where you all, if able, can hold hands and just be in that moment, or just share a closeness. Some people don't like to be touched, even energetically. So maybe just something that makes you feel a sense of connectedness to them, and become close to them, and feel this beautiful just mixture of color within the energy around you as you all continue to self-rejuvenate. So being around each other, being in this energy of the space with each other, being with this person or this group of people. Now I want you to see in this moment, as you are exchanging this energy, let me know, what are you able to do? What are you able to accomplish? How is it feeding and seeding your dreams? How is it bringing love and light through you so that you feel, and how does it encourage you to be one with yourself, to be more relaxed in your own physical body, to feel that you are enough? All of those things, feel it in this moment. 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 We have ourself that is rejuvenating ourselves, and then we have this collection of beautiful energy around us that strengthens us. And now let's work on sending out energy someone you truly care about. And those kind of relationships in your everyday life, it can be complicated. You may need to exert certain boundaries, like you can send energy out to someone that in your everyday life you cannot be around them because they drain you. And you can exert those boundaries, send the energy, okay, and still exert the boundaries. It's not your responsibility to let them latch on to you. It's not at all. But you can still be kind and generous if you have overflow to send it, but still have those boundaries. Oftentimes I wonder, and I hope that this is helpful for you all, if people think that in energy healing and doing this work that it's just like this unlimited fountain of energy that people are just pouring onto people without common sense, like boundaries, learning how to have your own healing practice before you ever help another person. Yeah, I wonder. You gotta be able to say no even energetically. It is very important because, as I say, you model to others how to maintain this energetic health. Okay. And also when you do that, you rarely have to get out of pocket. What I mean by getting out of pocket, like you rarely have to boss up on somebody and get upset or get angry or things like that, because you've done the legwork beforehand. Okay. Now, for all those that are doing this, that have that connected energy that is overflowing, start to feel all of this aura mix, all of this external layer mix, and just become stronger and stronger. Feel your heart growing, feel your chakras expanding, feel yourself rooted, and feel yourself energized, okay? Through the crown coming down, okay? Through the crown coming down. Through the crown coming down. Through the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. Through the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. Okay. Got it. 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 Good job. Now, coming back to your heart, see if you can play with the energy. Sometimes the flow is going so strongly you can actually sense it in the hands. Play with the energy, placing that energy somewhere else on your body. Put it on your head, you can wear it. This is when it gets fun, okay? If there's any areas of your life that you're working on, you can put it there. Like physically, you're doing something, you're doing a lot of writing, so you may place the energy on your wrist. Or if it's something that has been stressing you out, you can place the energy here in the mind in order to balance it, or whatever feels intuitively best for you. You can place the energy around you. Bless this station, bless this table, bless this food, bless this whatever it is, and working with that energy. Okay. And now let's seal this energy with the understanding that only those who energize you and you energize them are allowed in your space. Setting up this boundary for all those who just suck you dry, and any situations where you may be sucking someone dry. We're placing a boundary there because you have more than enough energy and a stronger ability to get as much energy as you need within yourself. And you've got this. Remember, you have to see yourself. You gotta be sweet to yourself. You gotta fill yourself up. You gotta catch yourself in the mirror and be like, you look good. Or you're doing well. Whatever it is that you need. Okay. Good job, family. Well, family, you did a fantastic job today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth over your aura. Seal you with the sign of the infinity. Okay. And before I get to and says and tell y'all all about hygiene, just letting you know that this is our community. So the comment comments section is a place for your journal, your diary, just a reminder to encourage each other. This is a safe and inclusive space. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. And I'm not saying that because people say mean things. People say nice things like 99.999% of the time. But I'm just sending a reminder, if you would like to contribute to sharing or just your reflection, feel free to do it. Don't overthink it. It's completely okay. People do it all the time. This is your self-care routine. So you get to decide at the end of the day what you need on this journey. And being able to do this as a community and as a collective is one of the most rewarding things I ever have, or to date whatever, to date is the most rewarding thing for me. I don't take it for granted. I'm grateful every day that you allow me to be in your self-care experience, because you are a part of my self-care experience. You know, as I am a practitioner, I will forever be on the healing path myself. I mean, whoever really stops, you know, whoever really stops, you don't need to stop. There's always something to gain, and it's a beautiful thing to see yourself explore and stretch and expand and, you know, all that jazz. The wait is over. Reiki 1. So anybody interested in the first degree Reiki practitioners to join, and yes, for you all to be able to sign up for it, if that is something that you want a part of your path. And I'm actually working on some other things for those who don't want to be practitioners but want to deep dive into their healing practice. So all of that coming up. Get it. If you want extra support, join the Patreon community. We have extended reads there, as well as weekly extended reads, and we have all of the things that we do. So, you know, sometimes we'll have channeling sessions, sometimes we'll have like 7-day audio sessions in which you listen to it daily. I mean, there's all kinds of things. We have our energy healing circle, and it's only $3.33 a month. You all know how I feel about accessibility, so I try to make it so that everyone, if they want that, can have that extra community too. Or you can just stay here on YouTube. That's your business, huh? That's up to you. Still gonna be here, still gonna be a community and all the fun stuff. Check out the podcast, Organize Your Purpose. That's more of the entrepreneurial stuff. Check out Array Tarot if you want to have more of the intuitive stuff. And, you know, check out the link in the description box. You know, I got all the stuff in there. Mama is working. Mama works from sunup to sundown. But it's always so rewarding when I get to spend time with you. So, and out. In, out. Relax. Relax into it. So, we start our session off with a prayer. It is not a religious prayer. It is a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. May I touch you? Okay. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what needs to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And of course, God can be universe, source, or whatever it is you believe in. I don't tell you what to believe in. I just hold a space for you to believe in whatever it is you want to believe in. So let's just go ahead and relax into this. And it's time to think about some things that you have done that you're very proud of. hands down. You're like, look, I got too much shit going on in my life anyway. And I just need to mellow out. Whatever it is for you, that's okay. And breathing into this moment, receiving that energy, just filtering into your body, cleansing away, removing anything that has been coming up and irritating you and just taking up space. Remember, we talked about that when things come up in your life, it is not because you're doing something wrong or that you have to try to fix it so you don't feel uncomfortable. In fact, it's not that at all. It's just giving us the opportunity to look at some areas of our life that need improvement. And it's going to feel uncomfortable for a certain amount of time. But don't look to try to quickly not feel it. Instead, just pay attention and start to make gradual changes. And that's really the best way to approach it. Okay. Now, we're going to go into a channeling state. And what I want you to do is just relax. Feel a connection, almost like a cord or tether, or maybe something better would be just a beautiful energetic rope. Feel this energetic rope connected to you and your highest self. See this energetic cord and start to hover above your body. So we're going to do it in 3 breaths. 1. Exhale, you're still safe, you're still connected to you. 2. You got that. And 3. Pulling and separating. Now, looking at yourself, looking at your life from the macro view. Seeing everything. And when you take a step back, things seem simple. It's like when you go into a field and you look up at all the stars and you think you have all of these personal problems. You really don't. There are these big balls of energy in the sky that may have or may have not burned out billions of years ago. And yet we are just one little ant on one little planet, just milling about. You know, our lifespan is like that. So whenever you feel like just things are overwhelming, if you can, go out and look at the stars, and you'll see that you are a part of something bigger and greater, and that you don't need to worry. Let me tell you something, things always just, they work out. You may not always get the answer that you want, but everything eventually gets to somewhere. You've been stressed out before, right? And then you weren't stressed out. It's okay. We're not going to force it. And as you're looking over yourself, start to notice all the things that you are doing right. All the things that you show up for, and that you connect your energy to, and that you give, and that others are so appreciative of. All of that energy, all of that intention, all of that essence that is you. And start to smile. Now, if you'd like to take it to another level, you can look across lifetimes, so different lifetimes in which your soul has incarnated into, and start to see themes. Start to notice certain things that may be a pattern across, and just See how your next life will be, breathing in and out into this space, and how every incarnation of you is building and maturing your soul to bring you back to that unconditional love that you came from. You're constantly finding your way back by evolving through these life lessons from this life school. But ultimately, you will always return back to the unconditional love that you came from with a greater sense of awareness and appreciation for all that is living and the multifaceted experience of energy as it incarnates in different forms. So, looking at all of these things, feel free to ask yourself questions, even questions that may apply to this life. How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I let go of stress? How do I release this? How do I find the direction that I'm looking for? How do I surrender to a purpose and a path that makes good sense to me? And you can also just watch your life too. That's one way, observation, to see all that you have come from and all that you are going. Take a couple moments. Breathing into this. Surrender. Let it go. Removing any distractions, any doubt, any thoughts or beliefs that no longer serve you or limiting you or just preventing your soul from evolving. And also taking the judgment away. Problems may seem so grand in the moment, but when the soul steps back and looks, it notices that it's just a drop in the bucket. Don't focus on it. See this big picture and connect with that. Now, allowing the body to continue to hover, I want you to bring it back into the physical. And as you are breathing into this physical experience, I want you to connect with something that you have done that you can celebrate, that brings a smile to your face. I cooked this beautiful X, Y, and Z. I did this lovely thing. I took time for me. I faced a fear. I showed up for myself. Whatever it is for you, it is time to celebrate you and to focus on you. As we talked about yesterday, finding our internal balance and focusing on you. Again, it does not matter what is going on outside of you. The only thing that matters is what's going on inside of you, that you are balanced and focused in your heart and that you show up for yourself. You're going to have emotions, that's normal. You're going to have thoughts, that's normal. But at the end of the day, as long as you just put one foot in front of the other, or even don't even think about it like that, one physical foot, one energetic foot in front of the other, as long as you keep on going forward, you will find what you are looking for. And there will be a space for you wherever you go and wherever you grow into. Never be afraid to show up for yourself. Never be afraid to question how you used to think. Never be afraid to question what others have thought of you. Just let it go. Never be afraid to question how others have thought about you. Just let it go. Let it grow. Let it be. And let yourself be free, okay? No judgment. No dismissal. No confusion. Connecting with your heart and whatever your truest desires are for yourself, and giving yourself the permission going into the soul of this life, the actual physical are so deserving of the experience. You are so lovely, and all that you feel connected to and feel worthy of it is worthy of your time. You don't have to wait for someone to celebrate you. You don't have to wait for permission from other people. All you gotta do is just show up for yourself and to be patient with yourself. Surrender and release and let go. 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 Let go. Let go of anything that is holding you back or preventing you from seeing how beautiful you are. Accept your greatness. Accept your ability to show up and to be enough. Accept your strength and never be afraid of changing. Change into the person that you need to be in order to still grow and glow up. You are deserving of the highest energy and all that you want or desire. Well, family, you've done a fantastic job, and I'm just going to move through some energy. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe. 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 Okay. 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 Now, let's just start by just feeling what's going on here. And just take a couple deep breaths for me. Just breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Releasing anything that needs to be let go to allow you to grow. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Releasing, releasing, releasing. Breathe in. Exhale. Relax. Breathe in. Exhale. Relax. Breathe in. Exhale. Relax. Okay. So let's just go in with some Reiki symbols on each one of your chakras. We're going to start with the crown, okay? And let me just see how it's going here. How it's going. Couple breaths here. Okay. Checking on the ground there. Just allowing the energy to just flow. Flow right on out. Drip down the back all the way down. Release. Let that go. Now we're going to go right there to the third eye. Going again with the Reiki symbols. yourself the opportunity to see with a clear eye and a clear vision whatever is in front of you for the highest vibrational good only, to rest in that state of relaxation, peace, and harmony. Relaxation, peace, and harmony. Relaxation, peace, and harmony. Relaxation, peace, and harmony. Let go of anything that is preventing you from moving on in your energetic path, okay? Now connecting the crown all the way to the third eye, and the third eye back up to the crown. Crown to the third eye to the crown. Crown to the third eye to the crown. One more time. Crown to the third eye to the crown. Bring it down now to the throat, right there. Let's just work that out a little bit, okay? Work that energy out, work that energy out. Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. Work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it, work it. Work that out. Work it 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 out. Okay. Got it. Now we're gonna go in with those Reiki symbols there, okay? Now I want to just give you an opportunity to hold the space from the throat all the way to the head, and the head all the way back down. This is the place within your body where you have reason, logic, and even where your emotions form, your feelings, your thoughts, and your belief. It's really where we carry our Rolodex of life, right there in the noggin. And so because of that, we have to be very precise on what we bring into our mind and when we let go. Our mind is what is magical about us. All of these things that we do in manifesting, all of these things we do in attraction work really is the power of the mind. And I know that sometimes the mind can be seen as maybe just an illusion, when it's not that at all. It's just our ability, these magical abilities, these mystical abilities that we love and all feel connected to aren't necessarily in the hands, not in the body. It's more of just these things are a conduit for the mind. They actually start there. That's where the magic happens. So it is in training the mind in which you become more disciplined in your practice, or more disciplined towards the things that are important to you in your life. So let's just make sure that crown, that third eye, and that throat is completely balanced, so that you see, you have vision of the future, and you speak, okay? Now going right there to the heart, okay? Let's go ahead and do some more Reiki symbol. space and energy here. Now let's just cleanse the aura out, removing any energetic debris taking up too much space and no longer serving us for our highest vibrational good. Rest here, 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 rest here. I'm gonna check in with you, make sure everything is okay. Checking and checking and checking in. And just keep breathing through this energy. Breathing down from the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. Allow the energy of the root to go as deep as possible into the soil, grounding you down to your highest vibrational experience in a way that makes you feel grounded, beautiful, and supported. Now, checking in with your energy here. Feeling it, and just feeling the balance, accepting that you are deserving of this balance, of the beauty, of the wealth, of the delicious life that you want to have. Accepting that into your space, okay? And not accepting anything else in return. And in order to get there, you have to let go of some things that are limiting you. Sometimes in life it feels like you don't want to let go of something you have held on for so long. But it is when you release, you let go, and you let the universe do its thing. Better things come your way. And then you even learn, wow, that was a part of the process. It was a part of, honestly, the initiation of life when you're going to the next level. A sign and sense of maturity. So letting everything go that is no longer serving you for your highest vibrational good. It is not a religious prayer. It is a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and to bring us together as a community. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay. Can I touch you? Okay. Just relax. Inhale. Exhale. You ready? Okay. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Okay. So I'm just going to start by working with the energy. I'm going to do some scanning. I'm going to do some Reiki symbols. I'm going to go through the chakras. I'm going to do any types of removals. So just relax, okay? Just breathing in and out. Okay, just smooth that through, smooth that through, smooth that through, smooth that through. There's going to be times where I'm going to be quiet. I'm still with you, okay? Just connecting. Good job. Okay. Good job. Just keep breathing in there. Okay. Just okay, so that's a big one right there. That's a big one right there, and we're gonna talk about it in a second. We're gonna talk about it in a second. Talk about it in a second. Okay. So just breathe in and energy, an absorber of energy. And this is also when I go on a tangent as well, where it's like people try to make energy healing much more complicated than it needs to be. Sweetheart, all you need is you. You know, we can throw a lot of crystals in there, we can use a lot of herbs, which all are very supplementary to what we're doing. But at the end of the day, people do not need to believe that they have to have this external thing in order to work on themselves. Oftentimes, the best thing that you need is what you have in front of you. And when you want to incorporate these other things, you can. Okay? So, as you're removing, you can use candles, like I'm saying, as a representation of pulling the energy out and going into the flame. And that's also moving it on to its next evolutionary path. And what that means is that all energy, it's not, energy itself is neither positive or negative. And this is what I mean by it. I feel like maybe like it's hard to explain that, but this is what I mean by when I say energy is not positive or negative. When you have something that is vibrating at a certain frequency, what I mean by positive, I mean like good or bad or something like that. When something is vibrating at a lower frequency, we perceive the energy as sadness, pain, depression, anxiety, like all of that kind of stuff. Toxic, codependency, things like that. When things are vibrating at a higher frequency, we experience that as joy, love, peace, gratitude, happiness, things like that. But the energy itself, it's not that something is like, it's not that it's like this bad energy. It's just vibrating at a different frequency. And when we look at it like that, we can take personal responsibility for the level of vibration that we vibrate at, meaning like you cannot be around in a surrounding where people are vibrating at a lower frequency than you and then be looking around confused as to why you feeling fucked up. It just is what it is, and it could be people, situations, and circumstances. So you have to change your vibrational frequency, even if that means you gotta be the one who changes. And let me tell you something, okay? This is I'm gonna give you the game, okay? When you are healing and you are on a healer's path and you start to vibrate at a higher frequency, people who are at a lower frequency, either they will naturally start to open up to vibrate at a higher frequency, or honestly, they will get mad at you for vibrating at a new frequency. They will make you think that as you are ascending at a different level of peace, that you are somehow like creating calamity. And the reason why is because at that point, they don't have any reference point of a higher frequency. They just see you changing. And sometimes people bond over their trauma. So as you are getting whole and you are getting healed and you are releasing and letting go of those experiences, people honestly miss you. They still want you in their life, but they're not ready to let go of their experiences. So instead, they will try to, energetically speaking, pull you back. So that's when it's kind of hard to let the people you care about go, or you have to, move on and stuff. But sweetheart, the best thing that you can ever do is just move on in your frequency, because when you're able to let people go, you give them an opportunity to grow. When you carry someone else's lesson, you block their blessing. Just continue to vibrate at a higher frequency. Okay. And if you enjoy topics like this, these are topics that we talk about on Patreon, so you can join the community there too. And we do our monthly energy healing circle, and everything that we do on the channel each month, there's always additional resources and a community on Patreon, including the weekly extended reads of tarot card reads for all signs, sun, moon, and rising. So you got that too. So now let's go ahead, as I gave you the game, now let's go ahead and go through the chakra system. So we're going to start right here on the crown chakra, and just allow the crown to be like a crown. It's extending upwards and out. So going right there, and it's a representation of your higher self. You could even attribute it to Jupiter, Sagittarian, that's your business. What I believe is best for my path and what you believe is your responsibility. So this is a safe, inclusive community where, sometimes people are on many paths. Sometimes people are in the middle. Some people are very firm in what it is that they feel connected to. So, see that your energy through the crown, connecting to God, universe, source, or if you would like to, you could do something like a planet. Could give you the example of Jupiter with that expansive energy going on, or the sun or a star. Just make sure you feel comfortable, okay? And as you make this connection flowing up and down, what you are receiving is an unlimited amount of unconditional love. And that is source love. That's God love, or whatever it is you believe in. That's your business of trying to understand the universe. Once you figure it out, let me know, okay? Because I am smart enough to know that I don't really know what's going on out here. It's new every damn day, okay? And that's good, because I got a lot of life to live, okay? To feel like I done figured it out. Nah, baby. I'm learning something new every day. So connect to that source energy and just allow it to flow freely down. And it is an unconditional love. And what I mean by unconditional love, it requires nothing of you. All it requires is you to be in this moment. In fact, it sheds such a beautiful amount of energy on you. It says, oh, you are so beautiful as you are. You are so lovely as you are. You are so talented as you are. You are so abundant as you are. So that it's not the way we normally think is, oh, I want to get better at this. I want to change that. It's just simply saying, you are so wonderful as you are. So allow that energy to come through the crown and just sit there for a while, okay? Just clearing out any blockages, removing any doubt, removing any doubt. Now bring that down to the third eye so that you see the life that you want, or from the front and the back, removing any blockages that have been preventing you from seeing what you know you're supposed to have, baby. It is there. So, okay. Take that out. It's also the space where you connect with your energetic helpers. That's angels, archangels, ancestors, the lineage, if you have a connection to certain, or is a part of your practice, certain gods, goddesses. You could even see that in different pantheons, and I'm using the word pantheon to kind of describe loosely, like something like the Orishas or things like that, where there is this connection of energy surrounding you at all time for your highest vibrational good. And how we relate to that energy is up to us, based off of spicy, okay? It just is what it is. But I always ask for consent, because in a healing space you should feel comfortable, and that's the most important part. So let me go ahead and get into it, okay? Take a deep breath. May I touch you? Okay. Breathe in and out. Dear Mother, Father, God, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest intentions and validate information from our highest self only. Please release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I Am. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. The prayer is to set the intention. Only thing that really pops out could be Mother, Father, God, to show that balance between the feminine and the masculine in a non-gendered way, just a balance of energy flowing back and forth, or whatever, or however you view higher power. If you view it, it's not a requirement. In the Ashe, which comes from the Yoruba, similar to how we would look at chi or life force energy, in the name of I Am, meaning you co-create the life that you live. That the way that you view things in your mind always comes to be. So if you surround yourself by people who are negative, and you, including yourself, are constantly thinking negative thoughts, that's what you attract, because the mind is so powerful. A lot of the times when we do manifestation work, or we can call it like magic or something like that, it really isn't this thing of like, oh, it's coming from your hands, or it's coming from, you doing this spell. It's coming from the mind. The mind is the most powerful thing we have, and we barely use it to its fullest capacity. Like when we get into mediumship, or we get into intuitive work, that's coming from right up here. So it is expansive and it is growth oriented, but most importantly, it is here for you on your path. As you go on your path, feel very comfortable trusting in yourself. Don't feel like you gotta trust in things outside of yourself. Trusting yourself first, and then the right things will fall into place, okay? Always bet on yourself. So now that I'm done talking about that, we're gonna go into the Reiki symbols, and I honestly take a moment to talk about these things, because my number one pet peeve within our spiritual communities is when people don't reflect on things for what they are. Everybody wants to manifest something, but does everybody always talk about like letting things go before you can even manifest it, or even questioning yourself, wondering why you want a certain thing? Sometimes you're at a vibrational state that actually isn't where you are destined to go. So if you start to manifest things from that vibrational state, then you will begin to receive things that actually aren't where you need to go. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like you're a big fish in a small pond, but you need to continue to expand. But if you only keep your dreams small, then you won't really get what you force yourself to do things because you feel like you have to. Go with the flow. People change all the time. Be expansive and grow. A part of the reason why I went to school for religious studies was because I really enjoyed learning about religion and faith and things like that without feeling like I needed to join anything. I was like, I don't need to join this, but I just enjoyed it. And now looking at it later, I appreciate the opportunity to have those scholarly conversations, and then at the same time to see people who were my peers who were in certain faiths too, and giving that perspective as well. So that's always wonderful. But ultimately, your healing is a personal journey that you get to define and build and recalibrate all the time. One thing that I want you to let go, maybe you don't hold on to it, but to let it go, is any guilt that is related to your spiritual path, your religious path. Guilt has no place, shame has no place, and I totally understand there are a lot of different faiths that incorporate the guilt and the shame as a part of keeping things in line, get it? But at the end of the day, universe, God, source, or whatever you believe in, is unconditional love. In a lot of these experiences that we experience in life, even the traumatic ones are on a soul level, transformational. And when you look at it from your soul's perspective, this soul that has incarnated into this body that exists long, before and after we, as we are in this experience, are gone, you notice that everything you do, as long as you can find the path to the higher vibrational experience, no matter what you've ever gone through, the soul evolves. If the soul can go through things and still find its way back to God, universe, source, or, if you want to visualize it as unconditional love or a star or planet or something like that, unlimited love, source energy, whatever you want to call it, as long as you can find your way back, no matter what you've gone through, the soul elevates and continues to elevate in a way that it couldn't outside of the physical body, if that makes sense to you. So your entire life has been building up to this one moment in which you can raise your vibrational frequency and allow your soul to grow. And the only permission you need, the only tools you need, the only situation or scenario you need, the only person you need is yourself, and to give yourself permission to do it. Letting go of the baggage, letting go of the past, letting go of preconceived notions, beliefs, and all this other stuff. You get to empower yourself to go much further and much farther than what anyone told you. Now, it's a little difficult when you're surrounded by energy that is reinforcing these things that aren't in alignment. But if you can find the strength within you to get yourself to where you need to go in a vibrational state, your potential is unlimited. You can do anything, and the most beautiful thing about it is when people get to that state, even though they can do anything, they just end up doing what they love, and it gives them more than what maybe a societal positive thing to do is. When you get to the space where you just have unconditional love for yourself, where you feel in control of yourself, your body, you have that body autonomy, you have that physical space, you feel in control of your life regardless of what happens, and do your moods and your feelings and your thoughts. That is where true power comes, and that's when you start to share your life purpose with others. So just moving that energy through, continuing to move that energy through, just working through the aura and cleansing that. And with each breath you're taking, I want you to become more and more comfortable with yourself. And what I mean by that is, I am enough. And that I have lived the exact life I needed to live to have an expansive present. I have lived the exact life I needed to live to have an expansive present. I have lived the exact life I needed to to live to have an expansive present and accept that you were chosen to live an expansive life regardless of where you came from or your situations before, regardless of how you felt prior to coming into the session, that you were chosen simply by being you. That was the only prerequisite. You don't have to prove anything. Nothing is required. Please don't prove anything. Just be yourself and follow the gifts and the passions that you have in your heart, that have been placed in your heart. You have to live them out, whatever it is. And if it's unconventional, you'll figure it out. It'll always come into line. But just make sure you go for it and go after it, okay? So just shifting this energy, encouraging you to do it your way, okay? You know how to do it. Just do it your way. Just do it your way. Do it your way. Do it your way. Okay. Just bringing that back in line, shifting that energy, allowing it to focus, 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 focus. Okay. So I'm going to bring in some cleansing cinnamon, my herb of choice. I'm sure your herb of choice is whatever it is. Feel free to be expansive and to explore. So with cinnamon, I love that it's always so grounding. I love that it is constantly burning. I'm very connected to root chakra energy, and it has a very root chakra balancing type of energy. And it is cinnamon. It's cinnamon, love. It is cinnamon, okay? Got it. Got it. some group of people or some energy that can bring that to you. Bring that to you. Bring that to you. Bring that to you. So let's remove that. Now, if there's anything I haven't said that you need to remove, send it over. We're going to take it out. You're just energetically chopping your bangs here. Just moving that energy. And just getting a sense of letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Good job. Okay. I'm gonna put that down. Just gonna shift through the energy a little bit. Okay. Breathing in and out. And just gonna go through each chakra, just feeling it from that crown. Releasing and letting go of any toxic energy no longer serving you. Just allow it to flow out freely. We've created these openings in which the energy can flow out, so allow it to flow out, clear and cleanse your energy. Now going down to the third eye. Removing, and it should be lighter, it should be easier for you to see, like, oh yes, this is what I want, this is where I want to go, da, 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 blah, blah, blah. It's easier when you release that and you give an opening for all of that blockage to just drain on out. Going to the throat, speaking from your truth and speaking from your clarity, both in how you see the future, how you live in your present, and the past. So also in how you see your future, how you live in the present, and how you see the past. Okay, let's coordinate that in order to shift the energy. To release all of that, still working with the crown, the third eye, and the throat. We're really going to take our time here and make sure we're doing this thoroughly to remove anything that may be taking up stress as well, so that the body is able to interpret what's going on in life with less of a stress response. So balancing here in the sacral, just moving that energy back and forth, because we've been able to let go of the toxicity, and now we're just making sure that right and balanced energy is moving back and forth in the way it needs to, connecting from that sacral to the solar plexus to the heart, heart to the throat, throat to the third eye to the crown, all the way up, and that crown to the third eye to the throat, throat to the heart, heart to the solar plexus to the sacral. Just taking a couple moments here. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Now bringing it down to the root, anchoring you down in your sense of security, physical, financial, emotional, community sense, all of those things that represent nourishing the physical body as well, having that here, and just releasing any toxic patterns that may have prevented that in the past, or that just may feel familiar and you're just not aware of it. So I'm actually going to go in and remove any extra things, because we definitely want to be very thorough here. Okay, in the root, so that connection feels good, and we're disconnecting from any connection to, as I talked about, toxic loyalty. Let it go. You know, where we root ourselves and where we anchor ourselves down in. Sometimes we can anchor ourselves down in ideology, beliefs, patterns that don't serve us and can be quite toxic. Maybe it was healing at once, but then it just becomes like time to move on. Okay, so let's just take that negative energy away. Okay, I'm going to take this down from the sacral to the root, merging the energies together, inhaling and exhaling, releasing and letting go, inhaling and exhaling, releasing and letting go, inhaling and exhaling, releasing, letting go, inhaling and exhaling, releasing, letting go, taking this all the way down to the tippy toes, or whatever area feels most comfortable and accessible to you, and bringing that energy and just flowing it down these energetic roots into the center of the earth, so that you can feel the energy back up in your physical body, that you have everything you need and your needs are met. Okay, got it, 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 got it. Okay, so I'm going to place my hands right at your root, stretching the energy up, allowing you to feel balanced in who you are, where you're at, and where you're going. Taking this energy from the front body and moving that around from the side body as well. Okay. Okay. All over the top, to the side, all the way around, back up. And I'm going to do this a couple more times, okay? Keep breathing here. And I'm going to go in the other direction as well. Okay. Got it. Okay. Got it. And now taking the energy from the back body as well. Cleansing and clearing that out. Okay. Cleansing and clearing it out. And just shifting and, taking the trash out. Anything left, just take that out and remove that. Removing any toxic energy, any negative energy from your aura now. From the aura, from the aura, from the aura. Removing any toxic or negative energy from the subtle body, from the chakra system. Removing it and letting it go, letting it be released to its next evolutionary path, and allowing it to go very freely and flow onto its next level. Okay, let me see. Look at your energy now. Let me balance that here. You open yourself up to be able to balance as well. Okay. Good job, good job, good you're ready, you go ahead and let that air go. Beautiful. Energy squeaky clean. Like we just poured Epsom salt all on your chakras. Well, let's go ahead and smooth over your aura. Seal you with the sign of the infinity. And just check in with you. How are you feeling? How's it going? Leave it in the comment section so that I can read it. Breathe in and out in this. Accept the blessings in your life. Accept the fruitful opportunities that will come up. And accept the fact that you may be bigger and more visible in the world than you might know. So don't be afraid to show up and be yourself. For all those who are looking to take their practice to another level and to start working with others, Reiki 1 will be starting September 18th, and September 1st is when the registration will happen, and I will post a link for people to be able to register for that. So excited. Also working on something for those who are not looking to be a practitioner but want to take their healing practice to the next level as well in their self-healing. So excited about that too. Of course, if you want more intuitive work, head on over to Array Tarot. If you want to have discussions on entrepreneurial stuff, head on over to the podcast Organize Your Purpose and all that other stuff in the description box, babies. I love you. You know I love you. Okay, I wouldn't show up every day if I didn't. And I'm excited for you. And 2020 was a year. 2021 is a year. And just know that any changes are always opportunities for great expansion. We're so lucky to be in an opportunity to change when sometimes, you have those times in your life where nothing changes, and even when you try to make it change, it will not change. But now you got this fast change. So don't get overwhelmed. Try not to be negative, even though you can be objective. You can keep it real if it's like something's making you uncomfortable or something like that. But know that there's no situation that will show up in your life that you cannot overcome. Believe that. Feel that within yourself. If you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say it, do it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks outside of you. The only thing that matters is what